And that sound right there means that we are back for another weekly episode of the Backroad Banter Podcast with me and my friend Deadpool over there.
That's right.
How you doing, Deadpool?
Oh, dude, I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep, that's what we all are.
Yeah.
That's what we all are. Well, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Thanks, everybody, for being here. This is not a special one, but it's another one.
It is another one. We got a special one coming up real soon.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Hopefully that one is entertaining and jam-packed full of stuff. This one right here will just be...
This one's going to be a little
normal one. Yeah, this will be an average little, nothing important and just weekly run-through, really, I feel like.
Yeah. Wow, I can't see fucking anything. I'm trying to get my cords untangled here.
How do you kick so much butt in that if you can't even get a cord untangled?
That's a good question.
It's office hours compared to home hours. That's what it is.
Yeah. It doesn't. The gig doesn't pay well. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, they need to work outside of work.
Yeah. I think that they portray me wrong in the movies. The mask is much more breathable and easy to talk through in the film.
You know it's really funny because they portray that even though there's no way in hell that mask is.
Yeah, dude, that thing fucking suck. It's just like a big red leather suit.
Yeah, there's no way that you can hear anything he's saying, and you definitely would not be breathing in that thing.
No.
Oh. Cool to have, but not fun to wear for 12 hours a day.
Yeah, definitely not. I feel like he wears it more than that too. I feel like he wears he just wears it all the time.
Then again, that he is one lucky superhero that like he can take his mask off and still technically be Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like he was able to not wear it a lot of the movie too.
That's right.
Or a lot of the movies. Yeah. Funny. Well, Mr. Deadpool, how's your week been?
Oh, dude, It was all right. It was just normal working. It was a good working weekend. Same old shit. What did happen? Something happened. Fuck, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I tried to hold on a second.
Oh fuck! Now we all know who he is.
All right, the charade is up. I'm not Deadpool. That sucked. Yeah, I tried to get a new car Monday. I did. Not Deadpool. I don't think he would get approved for shit. That's pretty much all that my week went. I did working all weekend, the usual working weekend bullshit. Nothing of note there. Go out Monday trying to get a car. I don't understand how they how anything about financing cars works. So I go to the car lot. I see this car. It was like $13,000 or something like that. I was trying to trade in my Cruze, which is not worth shit. Especially because there's a big dent in the front of it, so it's even worth less than a normal Cruze would be.
Yeah.
It's got 116,000 miles on it, so that takes it down to. I get approved for a car loan. They tell me, sorry, we can't. Or they didn't say sorry, but they were like, yeah, you got approved for this one, but we're gonna need $3,000 down. And I was like, well, I don't really have $3,000 to put down on a car at the moment, so
yeah,
I'm gonna have to explore some other options. And they were like, oh, the dude was like, all right, let me go talk to my boss, and we'll see what we can get you approved with $0 down. I said, all right, that's fine, that's good. He then comes back with 2 cars that are upwards of $18,000. I said, well, why the fuck couldn't I get the cheap one? Like, why couldn't I get the $13,000 car with $0 down? And why is your only 2 alternatives much more expensive?
Yeah.
He didn't have an answer, which should have been concerning enough right there. Like, how do you not have an answer? How do you do this for a living and you don't have a good answer for me?
Yeah, his answer for you should have been, Hey, well, what we did was we went back and we did the math on your debt to income ratio, looked at your house size, looked at everything you currently have going on, and realized you are more than capable of making this payment. So we would
I've
rather get you for a higher car than approve you for this lower car you actually
that's
want.
exactly what it was. I haven't missed a payment in 5 years of owning that car out there. I've not missed one payment.
Yeah.
That's the only car I've paid monthly payments on because the rest of my cars were gifts and shit from when I was younger. But like my car, I have never, ever missed one payment on the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, my credit score is not fantastic due to credit cards and stuff, but I have a very good payment history. Like I will run myself pretty thin to pay my shit on time. Like I tend to take care of my I don't like getting in more debt than I need to. You know what I mean? Like I don't like late fees and what have you. It's unnecessary. It just costs me more money in the long run. So I do think that screwed me a little bit. That pissed me off. Their only two alternatives were a 2020 Jeep Renegade. It was the ugliest fucking teal color you ever did see. It was horrendous looking. I wasn't that comfortable. I don't want a Jeep.
Yeah.
Too expensive. The only other alternative that I surprisingly kind of fell in love with, not for its looks, but it was super comfortable. It only had 20,000 miles on it. It was a 2022 Kia Soul.
Really?
Yeah. And it was
Really?
like for my big ass, it was the most comfortable fucking car I've ever sat in. I was like, holy shit, I have so much room. Now, if anybody wanted to ride in my back seat, they'd be, they'd have a
Screwed.
they'd have a little bit of a hard time. But like, super comfortable for me. I was like, man, this is awesome. I think this is the one. So we go in, and it's like $450 a month. And I'm like, bro, like, I understand how much the car is, but like, I don't care how much money I do or don't have. I'm not paying that kind of money for a Kia Soul. Like, sorry, we're not doing this. And then and then I left, and then I went home. And but yeah, that was my car buying experience. It took a good chunk of my morning. Fortunately, we had to be there anyway, sorta, because Jocelyn took her car there the day before to get brakes put on. So they got done with her brakes while we were there. So that was convenient. But yeah, that was a bit of a. Now, I didn't go in there with high expectations, you know what I mean? Because I knew my car wasn't worth very much of anything, and I knew that I don't, like, just from all the moving and stuff, I don't have the money that I had a year or two ago. Like, I don't have the spare padding that I used to have. That does make me think, though, fuck, I wish I would have bought a car 2 years ago. I could have easily put $3,000 down on that car 2 years ago. I could have put $3,000 down on that car 2 years ago, and it would have been half my fucking money. I would have been fine. But shit gets more expensive, and I also got my own apartment, and I have to pay utilities and what have you. So that money
life
tends
happens.
to life happens. That money tends to diminish. But
that's the funny thing. I talk to everybody about this, but I really like. Because I make so little money, but I'm such a financial nut, and like, I care about investments in so many different areas. But like I said, I make so little money. But I told my mom, like, I constantly have the conversations with my mom about it. Like, I may make nothing, and I may make less than like all my siblings and all my friends and this and that to this point. But we all survived on $5,000 a year. We can I am comfortable with where I'm at. It's just I've realized that whenever I do make small increases, just as everybody does, I find the gap to fill to blow that money.
Find ways to spend the money. Yep.
Yeah,
100%, man.
So it's really funny that. Just to think about that, because life happens, and life is just growing with life. It's expenses included.
Yeah,
so.
but yeah, that was pretty much my weekly rundown. Aside from that, I think it's worth noting. We've been on a little bit of a health kick the past week and a half, I'd say. I've been not going to the store at all.
Yeah.
At all. Not just been cutting back. I haven't been going at all. And I have, like, all-time high energy. Like, I feel fucking really good.
That's awesome.
I've felt really good for the past, like, 2-3 days. I have a lot more energy right now than I should have at 9 p.m. after a 12-hour workday. Like, yeah, I'm
great.
feeling like I'm moving in a solid direction. So I think that is also worth noting. It was kind of like whenever we did our in person one the other day. I was like, wow, I look like one big fat bastard. I need to stop being a big fat bastard.
Well, there's also just a huge body size difference too. That's what's weird. Like we could be the same height, that our body types are just drastic. And that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I probably got easily 100+ pounds on you. Like even.
Yeah, I would say close to it.
I would say so. Yeah. But yeah, that's the health kick is on. I haven't been exercising a ton, but I haven't been just like vegetating. Like I haven't been sitting around being lazy.
Yeah.
And I've been eating right for the most part. We had a cheat day on Sunday where we went, batshit crazy and got Little Caesars and a bunch of beer and stuff. But you gotta have a cheat day in your diet. But I feel as good physically as I have in a long ass time. Like I feel better right now than I ever did at the times when I was going to the gym every day. Because back when I was still going to the gym all the time, I wasn't eating right. Like I was working out and stuff, but I wasn't fueling my body with anything proper, so I was just gassed. Like I was just more tired. So it's no,
that totally makes sense.
It's a good little change here lately, and I think I'm definitely gonna stick with it because my biggest vice has been drinking fucking Coca-Cola. That's been like my biggest thing. And then I right here I have a green tea, zero sugar pink lemonade, and then just a regular water, and that's my show drinks today.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. I'm still sticking to the Blue Lightning there.
Yeah, I will be on plenty of that. I'll be on plenty of that next week, which I think we should go ahead and clear the air now. Next week, for anybody that watches, will be 2 days from now for us. We're gonna have the quickest turnaround we've ever had. I think it will be very worth it. I think it's going to be fun. I have a good idea that this could potentially be one of our top ones that we've done so far. This next one we do, we will be back under the same roof. We will be, it's going to be a good time. We got a couple plans, and I guess we'll start those plans today, but we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, that's so whenever we come back for episode 25, this is 4, right?
Yep.
So when we come back for episode 25. We might not have much of a weekly recap because it is going to be 2 days.
No time.
But we can make some shit up. Yeah, well, we could do our weekend. We could do our weekend previews. What we could do.
That's the best thing. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. That's the best thing. Recap doesn't. Yeah, we'll have so much content. That's what I care about. Filling time with
26. We are going to have an astronomical amount of shit to talk about, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Between the weekend coming up, between the weekend coming up and the roadies, and but yeah, due to these back-to-back recording days, it will give us a slight little vacation from this as well. So it'll be a good restart whenever we get back to it.
Yes, I totally agree. I'm excited to just continue to do stuff. I've got the. I guess this goes into my weekend recap.
Yeah. Give me your recap.
Up to this day, because it really is like I was working on it this week. But we'll start with last weekend. I don't know what I did.
I don't know what I did. That's how life goes sometimes, man. You're like, fuck, what did I do?
Yeah. I actually did just remember because it was actually quite traumatizing. So I talked to you about when Eugene had gotten hurt or whatever with his foot.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I was doing some work for them on Saturday. Eugene fell while I was working.
Oh, no.
Tore his quad.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. He just had surgery today, but dude, he was laying on the ground for no less than an hour because waiting for the ambulance and everybody to come. I was just doing everything I could to just make him laugh, just be there, try to help him in any way I could. The fucking ambulance gets there. No shame to any female med tech or anybody in this industry. Okay, Eugene is 5'8" and probably 250 pounds. There were 2 females that came. And because of where he was at, he was in his apple orchard, and it's on a slope because that's what we were doing was cleaning it. So like they would have had to, we had to put him on a stretcher and then at an angle wheel him a really long way. Well, the two of them get here and they realize whenever they get to his position, shit,
they're in over their head.
Dude, I was like, yes, they're calling help. They called for 2 more females.
There you go.
There are, and literally nothing against you guys, but how are there 4 people on duty and not one of them is a man?
Yeah, not one of them can lift a full-grown man. Like if you're gonna have straight female EMT staff on any particular day, you got to have at least 2 of them that are built like brick shithouses.
Well, and I will say the second crew that came, one of them was.
Oh,
but
really?
But if it wasn't for me and Eugene's nephew, Daryl Wayne, they never would have gotten him even up onto the stretcher, let alone
down the
wheeled him across. Yeah, got him level and wheeled him across. It was such a mess. And I know it was a mess because Faith came to me afterwards and said, I don't mean to sound sexist, but what is that? Like, that is not professional in any way. And I was like, hey, I'm with you. I love it. Like,
yeah, I feel like your wife's allowed to say that a lot more than you are. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad she did because in my mind, it was like, now I'm glad I could say something because all I said whenever I saw that it was 2 females was, we're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
But then Daryl Wayne came, so we were all right, luckily.
It's funny because my mom would have had the same reaction if she was in any medical emergency, and this is my mom. If she saw 2 women show up, she'd be like, "Fuck."
She would say it out loud, though.
She would say it out loud. She would be like, "Is there anybody here that can like lift something, like so I can get to a fucking hospital, please?"
Yeah, because it was so bad that unless he kept it straight, he was in like He said that he was in worse pain from his last accident or surgery, his infection or whatever, but I have never heard him yell as loud. And, to hear a man really yell.
Yeah, like in agony. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different type of sound that, especially in these days, people are not used to hearing just common, just randomly. But yeah, so that happened Saturday. He had surgery today, though. Everything went good. Nice. Yeah, another long recovery, but he's recovering. And other than that, I just got to hang out with Faith and Layla a whole lot. We kind of went all over, and then we had our anniversary there yesterday. Got to spend it together and just reminisce about everything, the videos, the photos. Man, it's just everybody, for Islands Photography or something, go check out their YouTube page because me and Faith are on it. It's sick. It's such a good memory. Such a good day.
Yeah, it was a very good time. I like the picture. I like the pictures of me tying everybody's ties.
Yeah. Dude, I like and there's a lot more photos of everybody in the video. I should send you a link just so you could watch it. But in the video, they our wedding video, they got you and Nathan doing your.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
that's
and they got it
fucking sweet.
He caught it to the end to where you guys got really close as you always do. And
stopped.
Yeah, you guys caught each other.
That's awesome. No, that's great because I've told Jocelyn about that and she's never seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm glad there's video evidence of that. I have to look that up. Yeah.
I'll send you the link to it if I can find it. But it's just cool. 2 years down, and it's crazy to see what we've done in 2 years. And so yeah. And then aside from that, just some personal note. I have officially started the page, but I am in the process of starting my silver YouTube channel, just where I have a 30-minute conversation once a week about silver and about a piece that I have and some other stuff. One of these days I'll throw it in here, but everybody check it out. It's called Stacking Solo. I made the logo and I drew the logo and everything myself there not too long ago, actually yesterday. But I'm just excited about it. It'll be a lot of fun. And if you check it out, let me know what you think of the description, because I don't want to come off all gay.
I guess this is the month for that, though, if you're going to.
Well, better start soon. I better release my first podcast. And, but yeah, other than that, man, that's about it. That's leading up to today, because actually today's whenever I got all that created, because I got the logo designed yesterday. I had a whole bunch of names for the thing. I had like Silver Eagle, or the Eagle's Nest Bullion, Backroad Bullion, 3-9's Fine. Just landed on all of them, and I'm just putting this out there. You know what pisses me off? I put all of my names in there, like my top 5 that I was thinking with, because I even had logos drawn up for half of them.
Mm-hmm.
I threw all of them in ChatGPT just as my last thing. I said, hey, these are my, this is a silver show on YouTube. These are the names. Give me 5 names. Every single one of them were dog water, bro. Were trash. Until the very last one. The very last one was Stacking Solo. And I was like, fuck me, that's got to be it.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
That's got to be it. Yeah. So disclaimer is here. I do not like AI, but it assisted me in this.
Yeah.
And I got a cool logo for it, so I'm excited.
Yeah, that's good.
But definitely want to give credit to it, because, you know, as much as we do rip on it, it did assist me in there. So yeah. I was not that was not my marketing genius to any extent. Yeah. But while I was writing my description, check out this slogan. In my YouTube description about what the show is, at the end, I said something like, and remember, stacking solo doesn't mean stacking alone.
That's pretty good.
That's just cold, bro.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm gonna make stickers about that. So excited.
Yeah, I think with you talking about the making that page, that's good. Everybody, go, especially if you're into silver. Everybody go fucking check out Justin's thing for sure.
Yeah, I'll show you some cool pieces. It's an educational show. That's all it is.
But speaking of creating things, I'm gonna touch on something. I got a fucking beef, and I got a goddamn real beef right now with TikTok.
Oh, okay. I'm excited. Okay.
I have been fighting for better part of a month. I created our TikTok page. I thought it would be beneficial to us. I still think it would be.
It will. Absolutely.
We somehow, without getting... So I'm skipping. Hold on. When I made it, it didn't let me edit shit. It didn't let me put our logo in it. It didn't let me change our name. It didn't let me do anything. It gave me a default name. It was a big clusterfuck. Mm-hmm. I then get a video sent to me from my mother. It was on TikTok. I go to click the link. I think, fine, I got an account on my phone. I'll look at it. I open it up. We somehow, some way, without ever using the page, got suspended. I don't know how. Unless somebody hacked our shit and posted a bunch of just nasty shit, which I don't think happened, because I would have gotten an email that somebody logged into the account.
Yeah, and notifications about that account, that social media account.
And
at least
I never even got a notification that it got suspended. It could have been suspended for weeks. I only found out that it got suspended when I went to go watch this video my mom sent me. And I have since submitted an appeal. That was 2 days ago. Still can't get logged in. So eventually, hopefully, we'll be on TikTok. Worst case scenario, I'll make us a backup email that we will use to get on TikTok. But as of right now, fuck you, TikTok. Yeah, I got a real fucking beef with you over that, because we didn't do shit. We did literally nothing. It's not even that we didn't do anything wrong. On it. Yeah, it's not even that. Like, I'm not even saying we didn't do anything wrong. I mean, we didn't do anything at all. There was nothing on that. Not so much as a profile picture, not even a bio yet. I couldn't edit literally anything at all. I couldn't edit a bio, a name, a picture, nothing. We did nothing to that account, and it's suspended.
Give me 5 clips. Let him post 5 clips, and one of them will be so insensitive that you'll ban us.
Yeah, eventually we probably will get suspended. Yeah, but
wait for us to do something.
Yeah, wait until we give you a reason. Don't just suspend us willy-nilly.
I am actually going to... that actually leads into something that I want to talk to you about. I want to complain about, just because, looking at us now, awesome quality. But obviously, because the free version, whenever you upload over, it's shit quality. So I've been looking at, us getting a getting like the pro version of Riverside or like the paid version of Riverside or whatever. Okay, so for the standard plan per month or whatever, it's like $20 a month. They restrict you to 5 hours of HD recording.
That's fucking stupid.
Why the fuck would I, like...
Why do they restrict you at all if you're paying for it, especially that much?
I don't know.
Like, that's more than Netflix.
The pro plan is $29 a month for 15 hours of recording, but I don't understand, like... I don't understand why that is their business model. And honestly, I don't know how that business model is making any money.
Yeah, who the hell's paying for that?
Who the heck is only putting out 5 hours of content a month and willing to pay for the recording? Like,
yeah,
that's just dumb. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Yeah, so we got enemies. We got
a lot of enemies.
We got a lot of enemies. We actually have a list of them that we'll talk about in a couple weeks. Somebody's going to be a winner, but yeah, we can add those to the list too.
Dude, I'm very frustrated with it because I want us to improve stuff, especially for our clips on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
And everything. That's where it would really increase our following, I think, and it's just frustrating because everything I read, like I've tried to look at all of it, and everything says 5 hours, but it's not giving me anything more in detail other than 5 hours.
Right.
But this also says you only get 2 hours for us a month, and we record that in a week.
We record that every week minimum, yeah.
So, like, is it something that's just like that's their law, but really we'll still get more higher quality recordings? Because if so, I'd be willing to do it.
Yeah.
Just to increase our output, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. I think it'd make our lives a lot easier. Especially, I think the pro version has like the AI editing too. Like, that thing could easily, like, because it's got like an algorithm programmed into it that it can potentially help you find and create your most viral potential sections of your thing. It would make our lives astronomically easier. But yeah, it seems like the upside is not there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like there's a ton of upside to it. That is stupid.
Yeah. So I've got it bookmarked on my phone here. That's what I was just I was looking more at just because we were talking about it and I'm obsessed with it right now. But so if I can figure something out, and if I can see if even the pro version is extremely worth it, and, you know, we're averaging 2+ hours of podcasts, we're averaging 4 to 5 podcasts a month. I mean, that's 10 to 12 hours, or 8 to 10 hours. Honestly, we get like 2.5 a lot of the time. So it adds up to where I could see it being worth it, and especially, like, for me, I spend so much money on leisure anyways, and on hobbies and other interests. Why shouldn't I, like, I want to make this as best quality as we can to, you know, if anybody would ever care about this type of shit, then hopefully they can do so in good quality standards.
Yeah. Yeah, and then eventually, fingers crossed, if enough people care about this type of shit, the amount of people that care enough to watch can fund it. You know what I mean?
That's actually where I went whenever I was adding up the pro version, because I was like, man, if you could just get, like, really, if you could just get 2 sponsors, we could pay for the entire year. It's less than $400 for a year of pro. And this is all we need because I already pay for or have access to everything else we need.
Right.
So, like, I feel like we'd be able to cover our basis between the two of us, and so I don't know. Definitely something to explore, and hopefully it continues to increase. And it would really help with our in-person podcasts.
Yes.
Just because I want those to be crisp, bro.
Yeah.
So very, very, very much to look forward to and to aim towards achieving in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully we definitely get that fucking sorted out, because I think that is. It's crucial, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't think it's a thing that must happen, but I think it's going to help us a lot if it does. You know what I mean?
Me right now, after just getting our new cards done and um I'm happy with everything overall. They ended up being a lot cheaper than what I thought they would be, which, for it to just be a handout card and stuff. But the QR codes work both to our Spotify and our YouTube. It looks clean and everything. So my next focus is I'm getting ready to send in our order to see if I can get our stickers printed up. I'm getting small, like inch and a half ones, and then I'm doing a half sheet of those and then a half sheet of the larger for each ones that we've decided on.
Yeah.
And so, like, I have an in order in terms of, I guess, financial dedication to the podcast.
Right.
But now this is the top order because, well, once I get stickers, then we'll be good, honestly, just because those are the only thing in my head that I want to give to people or I want to see out and about.
Yes, the stickers would be good. I would love to have one on my laptop, especially the one of little cartoon me. Like I would like to have a little cartoon me on my computer. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
I think I think you'll really enjoy it as long as the print shop that I'm using can do what I've designed in terms of the spacing. We should get it to where we have where we have ones that look good on notebooks, and then we have ones that are big enough to look good on the things as well.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it is. I'll show you there whenever you get in, and we'll talk about it a little more.
Yeah. We'll definitely have a lot of shop to talk off camera whenever I am there. We'll have a lot of time to do it because we'll be doing relatively the same things. I think we can cover that Friday in terms of what we are doing this weekend. That'll take the place of our recap. Will be our preview, or we could just lie. We could just be like, "Yep, this past weekend we did this, and this, and it was really cool.
This was great." Yeah. Play it forward, yeah.
Right?
Instead of pay it forward, we play it forward.
We just act like it already happened.
I'm 2 days ahead of you, brother. You don't have to worry about me. I'm already thinking on Monday.
Yes.
I like that. That is exactly what we'll do, and I'm just going to add it in. I like that a lot. Weekend preview. Well, I can just lead into one of the few things that we can talk about because I don't know. I don't have a lot, and I don't know. I'm just here for episode 24, brothers. So let's start with the only sports thing that's relevant. I have probably one or two more I could talk about. Old AA Ron is on the Steelers.
Yeah, he does work here now. That's right.
He is indeed an employee for the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, and so he should be. Yeah. That's going to be my next point. Was he should be at practice, and I did indeed see him.
That's right. Practice. Yeah. It was so weird seeing him wear 8 because I was like, man. It took me a minute. I said, "Who the fuck just wore that?" Oh.
Yeah, I have his jersey.
Yeah. Dude, just tape Rodgers over the...
You know what's cool is that if I go to a game, that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'll get mad respect for it.
Yeah.
Because, like, everybody be like, he's a short-term anyways, why waste the money? Yeah.
Right. He's going to be one of those ones that, like, whether he does good or bad, if you see a picture of Aaron Rodgers in a Steelers jersey in 10 years, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Unless he wins a Super Bowl, which ain't fucking happening. But, like, that would be the only reason that it would fit. Like, otherwise, you could look at a picture of Aaron Rodgers in a Steelers uniform in 5-10 years, and you're going to be like, what? That's not right.
Dude, it doesn't look right now.
No.
Like, it is not.
It doesn't look right at all.
Also, they are paying him way too much. Way too much.
Yeah, at least it's only for a year, but shit. I guess that's the plus side of waiting this long, though. The rest of your team's already signed. You know what I mean? It's just money.
You know what you have.
Yeah, you know what money you got left, right? Yeah, that's like they got their paycheck, they paid all their bills, and they're like, I'm gonna get a old quarterback.
Yep. I did not think about that. Yeah,
it's this old vintage fucking Mustang.
Yeah, it doesn't run anymore. That's like when you're at the store with your mom. And she's like, all right, you've got this much money left. Or you're at what it really is, you're at the Scholastic bookstore. And they're like, all right, you've already bought a poster. You've already got yourself 2 books. You bought something for all your family members. What else do you want? And then you go and choose some shitty-ass eraser that doesn't even erase.
You got some pencil top eraser.
Yeah, it just smears everything on it. He's our pencil top eraser.
That is exactly what he is.
You know what's great is I am now going to draw Aaron Rodgers as a pencil top eraser.
That's awesome. That's fucking great.
Dude, that would be a funny sticker. That would be good in the second run with the Kanye, because then we can make it a famous people thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they're about on the same wavelength of out of their goddamn minds, too. Actually, no, Kanye's a lot worse. I'm not going to...
He's a lot worse, but Kanye's also more destructive for some reason.
Yeah.
Aaron's he's a calm, cool boat of, like, not giving a fuck.
Yeah. Like, he seems like a real asshole.
He does, and it's because he doesn't care about anything. He makes it to where his attitude is, it's whatever, man. I mean, I don't know. It's whatever. I am curious as to who the hell he married, though, because in my mind, he's got to be younger than us.
Yeah.
Got to be younger than us.
And it's probably not even anybody famous. It's probably just some real hot, like, 25-year-old. Yeah. That's probably exactly what it is.
That's a really good age range.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
For somebody he definitely didn't meet here.
No.
Oh, man.
No.
I saw him say that, and at first when I heard this, I didn't believe it. I saw him say that his choices were either to play here or not play. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, that's bullshit. At first, I said, that's bullshit, that's not true. And then I thought about it, I'm like, no, that's totally true. Who the fuck else wanted him?
Yeah, what he did there was switch up the wording to say, if the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't pick me up, I was going to have to retire. 2, I was going to retire if the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't pick me up.
Yeah.
They were the only team I would, like, that's taking your grade of an F and then marking it into an A or a B so your parents could see it. Like, no, sorry, buddy.
Acting like he did us a favor.
I'm going to be honest. No, he did do us a favor. I'd rather have Mason Rudolph play. I would.
Yeah, I would have rather us have just been bad because I think we're going to be bad anyway. Except now we're going to be bad under a microscope. We could have just been bad. Now we're going to be bad and everybody's going to be like, oh, look, fucking the Steelers have Aaron Rodgers and they still suck.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to get to address any of our actual issues now that he's here.
No.
Because it's just going to be on him. Yeah. If they win, they're going to rise him up. And if they lose, they're going to be like, well, he dropped the ball here and here and here and here and here. Yeah. Like, he just did not have it together this week.
Mm-mm.
And but I have seen everything about him and DK, like, basically slobbing on each other's knobs.
I believe it. Who else is he going to throw to?
Yeah, Cam Hayward's freaking golf outing.
We get the damn retirement home,
some
dude.
other. They were just everywhere. Like, anytime they're together, or anytime it's like a team-oriented thing, they're the ones that are together.
Yeah. I saw somebody on Twitter say that we're a Keenan Allen signing away from being a Super Bowl team, and my favorite reply to that was, we're a who away from a what? Because that's what I thought too. I said, no, some motherfucker's old too. Like, yeah, we have a big team of, if this were 5 to 7 years ago, we'd be unstoppable. But it's not 5 to 7 years ago.
I'm going to be honest, I still feel solid with everything except for a quarterback. Like, but the quarterback is just so instrumental that, like, their percentage of impact on the game is much larger than, your group that is out there, unfortunately. So, like, your defense can be on. You can have your wide receivers ready and breaking routes. You can have one of your 3 running backs on there, and it still just won't work if the quarterback isn't good or is just washed up.
Yeah. It's crazy because he's still probably better than a lot of the bad quarterbacks. I honestly think we'll be a playoff team, but we always are. It doesn't get any
Yeah.
further than that. We're a playoff team, and that's it. Like, we get there and then shit the bed, and it's just gonna happen again.
Yep.
Well, you know.
Yeah, we gotta have a leader that can actually make it there. And if this was 3 years ago, I would be super psyched to have him. But after seeing what happened in New York, how can anybody aside from his mother have faith in it?
I don't even think his mother has faith in him. He doesn't like his parents, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think
know.
I don't think he gets along with his parents either. Yeah, like I don't even think his mother likes him.
You know what? That's probably the first sign. That's probably the sign which it's under. I don't know. I guess I don't know his story. But you know what? You're an NFL player, so fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You're wrong.
I'm hoping he does well. I don't think he's going to. It's like it's like the conversation every 4 years when it comes to election time. It's like, well, fuck. I hope they do all right. I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah, okay. I don't feel bad for him at all. The rift between his family started it includes his brothers, started in 2014 and it stems from religion and spirituality and lifestyle changes. So he just became a big giant hippie and basically said, I don't need any of you guys. I'm very much paraphrasing and grouping everything in, but more
Yeah, I feel like for some reason I feel like his brother also played football.
oh,
I think so. Yeah. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know if he was good. I don't even know if he was in the NFL, but I'm pretty sure he played. Yeah, yeah, no,
yeah.
he definitely did play football, and he was in the NFL, sort of. He was a practice squad, practice off season and or practice squad member only for Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, and Miami. He did not want to leave Florida.
Are you looking at Jordan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely I remember seeing him somewhere.
Wow, I didn't know that. And what's crazy? That's crazy, dude. So knowing that even kind of shows it to me more. Which anybody can have issues with your family. That's whatever. But if you have issues with every single one of your family members,
Yeah. Now, here's my take on it. If he just became a really weird hippie and then said fuck his whole family, then that's bad on him. Now, if he became a really weird hippie and his family said fuck him, that's different. That's fucking stupid.
and you know what? Since it did say religious stint, there is a very good possibility that that actually is the situation. Is that they found out the type of lifestyle that he lived. They tried to do the pressure test basically,
And he said
whenever
no.
that, and they're like, "Oh, okay, well then this happened." And then he was like, "Oh, you, okay? You tell me I'm by myself. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, what am I gonna do?
I'm not gonna have mom and dad's help. How will I ever pay for anything?"
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. How am I gonna win
Ah.
Super Bowls and go to the Hall of Fame? How am I ever gonna do that without my parents?
So you know what? On that side, if that happens to be it, I'm a fan of you, Aaron.
Yeah, yeah.
It's-
If that's what happened, then I
Yeah.
apologize. And you're a pretty cool
Yes.
dude for sticking to your guns. I respect that.
Absolutely. Individualism is amazing, and we all need to be our own.
Yeah, especially if you're not
That is-
hurting anybody. Like even if he is an asshole, like if your family just hates you because of religious differences, then fuck your family for real.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that has to be it because he's been in the NFL forever. He does not have the reputation of being rude or being mean. So and I feel like
Yeah, if anything, standoffish, but probably not the other things. Yeah,
not which a lot of people are standing. Why would you not be?
Yeah.
Especially as a quarterback that is constantly under the microscope. That like, and the teams that he played for, like it really was like, dude, you lost us this game or you won us this game. Like it was super highs or super lows. He couldn't just have a good average day and go through it without being commented on.
yeah.
So that probably does have something to do with it. That's So you know what? Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm excited to find out which one it is. Whenever he decides to be on the podcast, we'll definitely have to ask him that.
That would be sick. And as much shit as I've talked with him, he can let me have it if he wants to. As much shit as I've talked on him, I'd love to interview Aaron Rodgers. I really would. And
Oh my gosh.
it might end up with me apologizing. I might end up thinking, wow, this guy's cool.
Yep. I would hope that that's what would happen, because you know how cool, you know how nice it would be to relate with a person and then to apologize to a person that like has real influence on people.
Yeah.
Like that'd be nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now we're just bullshit with ourselves. Be shit.
But I definitely hope he does all right. I'm not holding my breath, but I hope he gets something done for us this year. I hope it's all not for nothing. I hope we don't just get shit on by the media all year because they're like, oh, look at what the Steelers aren't doing.
I would actually be okay with that because I would expect that up until the point that I saw his contract. He's being paid way too much money to do nothing. So you at least got to bring it. You got to keep us over the Mike Tomlin 500 hump, like minimum. That's a must.
Yeah, that's probably why they brought him in. Mike Tomlin was probably like, fucking pay him! Get him in here! I cannot lose this!
I bet he is, I bet that's exactly what he's thinking, because he's getting close to retirement, probably. He's got to just be tired of it.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be 42 by the end of the season. Yeah, this is probably his only season here.
Yeah.
Like, if he does come back next year, it better not be for any $10 million. He better come back here if he comes back another year, he better come back here for pocket change, and he better be teaching some rookie what to do for the next 20.
Yeah, you know what? I don't really see him coming back.
I don't either.
I don't either. Not with his age.
Because here's what's going to happen. He's either going to, very slim chance, he's going to win the Super Bowl, and he's going to be like, okay, I'm done.
Look,
I don't need any more.
Yep.
Or he's going to not win the Super Bowl, and he's going to be like, fuck this. I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah. I've done all I could.
Yeah.
I've played this many seasons. MVP, Super Bowl champion. I've done these things.
Top 5 all-time in yards, I do believe. Like right now, like before the season starts, I'm pretty sure he is.
That's crazy.
I'm going to have to look that up, too.
He's insane, dude. Like, he really is an all-time great. It's just not going to be for the Steelers.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I have at all related to sports is I'm really excited for Jameis Winston to be on the Giants.
Yeah, you think he's going to play?
I don't know, but I'm going to send you this picture. Did you see the picture of him from practice yesterday?
Mm-mm.
You're going to love this, and I'm so excited. Everybody, get ready, because you're going to see it now, too. This is the excitement of a player. This is what I want to see in people. Zoom in on his face.
Yeah, dude, this guy fucking loves football. Look at this idiot. I love this guy, man. That's fucking sick. Oh, yeah.
In the background, you got his, you got like an O lineman back there. Like, yes. The caption to this said, Jameis Winston is 96 yards away from a touchdown. He is just outside of the end zone. Making that face.
I looked up the all-time passing leaders, and unless Aaron Rodgers has the worst season he's ever had, he is going to pass Phillip Rivers. He's 7th right now. Unless he has just a bad season or gets hurt, he is going to pass Phillip Rivers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah. That's it. Once you said Phillip, I knew who was next, and that's what's it.
And he's not even scraping Brett Favre unless he plays another year or two after that. So he's not going to get any further. But and there's not a snowball's chance in hell he's ever going to get to Tom Brady. But I don't think anybody will. What if Aaron Rodgers just decides to play till he's 45 just as a middle finger to Tom Brady? It's just like, fuck you.
I mean, he really could. He really could.
If he gets protected, like if he doesn't get banged up, yeah, he probably could.
Yep. Yeah, he easily could, dude.
Yeah, I mean, shit, he's close. He's 42 by the end of the year. Yeah, man, that's nuts. But yeah, among active players, he's number one. Like out of everybody that's still
That's
playing,
crazy.
yeah, out of everybody that's still playing, he's above. Let's see, out of the top 20, there are 4 active players.
Dude, it'd be really nice, actually, if he finished out this season, did break everybody's record, and retired, just because to have him retire as a Steeler with that record, to get that record as a Steeler, it's a little bit, of a tip of a hat to the Steelers.
It's going to really suck whenever he passes Ben. He's 1,100 yards and some change away. Like, that's going to suck because it's going to be here. Like... And he is going to pass our franchise guy on the all-time leaderboards, and they're going to make that announcement all over our social medias. And if it's at home, it's going to be all over Heinz Field or Acrisure Stadium or whatever the hell it is. And it's just going to kind of suck because you're like, damn.
Yeah, and you know what fucking really sucks is that dickhead has his one Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he beat us.
Was against us. So...
He's just doing this out of spite. He's like, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to break their franchise guy's record. I'm going to lose.
And I'm going to lose their season out. Yeah. And, dude, he got paid. He has it all together. Aaron Rodgers, you are an inspiration to me. I am very much sorry. I'm going to give you a slow clap right now because you have worked the system right, my man.
If he wins, if he by some chance won the Super Bowl, he would definitely probably be the only person ever to beat a team in the Super Bowl and then win a Super Bowl with the team he beat. I don't think anybody's done that because there's been very few people win the Super Bowl with 2 teams.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
Tom Brady.
And Tom Brady and Peyton Manning went to, Peyton Manning went to a team in the same conference, so he couldn't have beat the Colts in the Super Bowl because he stayed in the AFC. Yeah. And whenever Tom Brady won the Super Bowl, the Patriots fucking sucked. So he didn't beat them.
Yeah,
in the Super Bowl anyway, yeah. So he would... I'd have to, look that up to make sure, but I'm pretty sure he'd be the only person to ever do that. Beat the Steelers to win one Super Bowl and then win another one with the Steelers.
It's very interesting.
But that's a giant if. That'd be crazy if he did that. If the NFL's scripted, if the NFL really is scripted, we need to feed them this bit of information so we can get that fucking Super Bowl.
Dude. Yeah, that's one that I'd be willing to take just to be an adult for, man. Like to be
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and especially I live here. Like that would be sick. I could just get to drive 20 minutes and go to the parade. It'd be a lot longer than that. I wouldn't drive there either. I'd get some public transport down there. But it'd be nice.
Man. I'm just thinking about the Super Bowl parties that we could have.
Yeah.
We would have a legit Super Bowl party as a real celebration.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten that, and it's really sad. The last time that I haven't gotten that since I was a kid.
We haven't
real.
We haven't got to celebrate any championship for any of our teams for almost a decade now, and that was Cleveland.
Yeah,
that was the
crazy.
Cavaliers.
You know what's crazy is the fucking Penguins were so good for so long.
Yeah.
And then they just can't make it now. They just couldn't.
They won the cup when we were adults. We just didn't give a shit.
Because it was hockey.
Yeah.
We weren't into hockey.
Because they won one in 2017, I believe.
Was that their last one?
I think so.
Okay.
And I think during that time they went back to back. I don't know if they won. I don't remember if they won 16 and 17 or 17 and 18. 16, 17. Or wait, shit. Yeah, 16 and 17 is when they won their 2 cups.
Yeah.
So they won one the same year that the Cavs won the finals, and we didn't care.
Well, that makes sense because that was way more of a bigger deal for us than...
Yeah, and they happened around the same time, too. Because I think hockey season ends right before NBA's does. Or maybe not right before, but a little bit before. How long's hockey been done? They're not done, are they?
I don't think they're done yet, are they? They might be. I thought that they were still playing. If they are done, they just ended a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they're not done.
Okay, that's what I thought.
They're right ahead of the finals. They're in game Game 4 for them is tomorrow. And Game 3 for the finals is tonight. And then Game 4 of the finals is Friday. So Game 4 of the finals will be right after Game 4, or the day after Game 4 of the Stanley Cup.
Man, that sucks. The Oilers are getting brakes beat off of them there on Monday. That was bad.
Yeah, losing to a hockey team in Florida. If you're in Canada and you're losing to a hockey team in Florida, that's got to be a punch in the nuts.
Oh, dude, for sure. I don't even know who's on the Oilers now, but they were my team when I was a kid, and like I used to have all the figurines with the goalie and everything. Like, I used to love the Oilers. So that's crazy. That's really sad to see. Very interesting, though. That's all the sports I had. All the sports I had there.
Yeah, I'll sprinkle in the finals real quick just to say where we're at. Yeah, okay, when I said Game 3 is on tonight, Game 3 is at halftime right now. The Pacers are up 4. I like this finals because I don't care who wins. Like, I'm going to be happy with either team that wins because for one, it's different. I really like Shea. I really like Tyrese Halliburton. I'm just fine with this finals. I'll ride it out to the end. I'm good with it. So no matter what happens, and we'll get to actually watch a game. There will be a game going on Friday. We might have that in the background while we're shooting.
Heck yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I think I want the Pacers to win.
Yeah. I would
If
be fine with the Pacers winning because I've always lived by this thing here. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people think, oh, the team that bounced my team can fuck themselves and they should lose. I disagree because I don't like getting beat by fucking losers. I would much rather get beat by the champion. Like, if the Pacers bounce the Cavs. Yeah. At that point, y'all better fucking win. It better not have been for nothing.
Yeah, especially after the entire... It's not like it was just the postseason. Like, their entire season was historic.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, hopefully you lose to... I like that motto. I like that. I didn't even think about that. I just like them because they're the underdogs compared to the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I want the East to win just because I want the East to start stacking up a few more wins compared to the West. The West is just saturated, man.
It's saturated. Dude. It's got all the places people want to play, which kind of fucking sucks.
And now it's not like it used to be in the fucking 80s and 90s, even though money was a big thing and was thrown around. Now every team has money, and the bigger the place to go, it's all on ad revenue. So these companies are in LA, these companies are in these bigger, larger cities. They're all in the West Coast.
Yeah, that's why people want to play in LA because there's so much more money making opportunity than just playing basketball.
Yep, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see how much. Yeah, dude, I bet there's so much money flowing around just off of the ad revenues from the individual sport, like the individual athletes, not just counting, the ones that we can think of like Nike and Beats or a car commercial. Like, there's got to be so much money going to these people, from food companies to delivery companies, workouts. It could be everything. That'd be insane.
Yeah, but that is about... I think that's about all that I have to touch on sports. Baseball is still abysmal here. The Pirates still suck. The Rockies are still worse. Ain't shit changing there. The Rockies have won, I think, 2 games since the last time I checked in on their record.
2 games?
They're 12-54. They're as bad. Do you remember when the New Jersey Nets were atrocious that one year? That's how bad the Rockies are, maybe worse.
12-54. Man, they are... Wow. Are they could have the worst record ever, couldn't they?
They are probably gonna. The White Sox broke that record last year, and I remember quite a few episodes ago, I did the math, or I asked ChatGPT to do the math, probably. But they were on pace to win like 28 games. Last year, the White Sox won 40.
I remember that
40 something. Like the White Sox. Last year, the White Sox were the worst team ever, and that record is going to stand for 1 year, and then the Rockies are going to take it.
I'm pretty sure you're right with that number too. I'm pretty sure 28 was it exactly too.
The pace is probably actually worse now.
At 12, they're definitely no, they're not halfway through their season, are they? In terms of games played,
they're about 20-ish games away from half. Let's see. So they've played. Oh no, sorry, that math. Yeah. They played 66. Halfway is 81.
66, and they've lost how many? Or they've won how many?
12.
66 and they've won 12.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a 1-to-6 ratio, basically. We'll just run off of. It's really like 1.1.
Their winning percentage is
18%.
18%.
18% winning. So do that over. What's a season at 18%? Because I don't know the games in a season.
162 is the game, so.
Okay, so you just divide that by 5, so you're looking at 30.
Okay, no, their pace is a little better. They if they keep this up, they'll win about 29 games. So that's one more than they. That's still the worst team ever, hands down. That's fucking so bad. You know you're bad whenever you have when you're doing worse than the best team ever has done well.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what the win record in a season is, but it's definitely not it's not any higher than 115.
That is crazy to me that a professional baseball team is pulling can they get demoted?
I don't know. It'd be nice if they were to just take a minor league team from a reasonable sized city. There's one in Indianapolis. Take the one from Indianapolis and get Colorado the fuck out of there.
With this side, okay, so here's the thing that people don't, that America is really we're sheltered, and we think of us as one nation, and you got all these countries with countries. Well, guess what? We are one country with 50 sub-countries within each other. So we could do the same thing that all of the football teams across the world do, to where there actually are the tiers, and you get demoted or you get promoted depending on how you play. Specifically for baseball, because baseball has so many levels and so many teams across every state that they really could do that type of shit.
Yeah,
and they should institute that, just because there needs to be more incentive. You guys aren't just professionals. You need to prove that you're professionals.
Yeah, I asked ChatGPT to do the math for me. Their projected final record is 30-132.
Nice.
That's atrocious. It then comments that would be historically bad, worse than the 1962 Mets, who went 40-120.
Yeah, my math was not far off. I had them at 31. I think they'll. I don't know. I don't know. I know baseball enough to just be dumbfounded that that they are that bad. Because I don't think. Well, I don't know. I haven't heard it. Maybe they're so bad, and that's the thing. That's why I haven't seen anything about everybody else, because everybody else is still just doing average.
Yeah, because everybody else is just a normal baseball team, and the Rockies are god-awfully terrible.
Yeah, they're just bad. Talking about baseball there, last week we talked about it, and you wished them luck. The Gilmer County boys lost in the first round.
Fuck.
They got smoked.
Fuck.
11-1. Yeah, it was no bueno.
Yeah, that sucks.
So, sorry to you guys.
Yeah.
But, look at the bright side. You join the rest of Gilmer County history.
That's right.
So,
welcome to the crew.
You're another one of the brothers.
Yep.
That's all I got.
You're in not so elite company, but
you're in company. Though,
you're in company. Yeah, good.
People know how you feel.
Yes, but good job on making it. Soak it in, enjoy it. If you're still in high school, enjoy it next year. Stop enjoying it before you're 30.
And then never mention it again.
Yeah, like for real.
Unless your kid goes, and then you can always talk shit up to your kid.
Yeah, or if your kid doesn't go. If your kid plays for the same school as you and they don't make it to states, you'd be like, well, I made the fucking states. I don't know about you.
You can always talk your kid up or talk him down. Depends on where his mood's at that time,
right.
Or her mood. So yeah, we definitely yeah. It's good advice, Wyatt. I'm glad you threw that in there. Um, this is transition into some randomness. I have two. This splits off into two, but everybody, that toys and everything's a big fan.
Whoa.
Lego and Nike are teaming up, and this is the first Lego set of Nike. I'm actually pretty excited for it, just because you can't beat the Nike Dunk. It's a cool little design. There's a hidden compartment inside the shoe, so you can store stuff if you want. My favorite thing about it, oddly, is the minifig that comes with it, just because that minifig's fucking sick. But just fun. So I wanted to share that.
That is pretty sweet. That's
For
awesome.
no intents and purposes. Now, we're pivoting to something I care even more about, which is shoes. This is the Nike side of the Lego collab. Everybody is also seeing this here now. Wyatt, it will be coming to you here any second. So we got two versions coming out. I am surprisingly a fan of both. At first, I didn't like the whole yellow thing. I like the design.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet.
Very, very cool, actually. I really like those. And then the low dunks, I just think that like, that's cool. That's just a cool silhouette style design. But just to keep with any shoes news that I get, that is some. And that's also a little bit of toys news, which I'm excited about. So yeah, and I want to share with everybody so that if you have kids or anybody, or you like to build Legos, now they do that.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's about that's probably the most random thing that I have. What do you got on your list that you want to talk about, dude?
I have, aside from what I think we're going to close this with, which we talked about today, I want to ask you, being a dad, your daughter's not exactly old enough to get you gifts yet, but I want to talk best Father's Day gifts. Father's Day's this weekend.
Yeah.
So, I want to know what you think some of the best Father's Day gifts are or would be, not particularly for you, but just for like the average dad. Which I honestly think some of those will fit into your category too. Anyway.
Yeah. So for me personally, and I really pride myself on gifts, but as somebody that doesn't care for them myself, I've come to appreciate the super tailored gifts. So it's not the homemade gifts, which those are always special. Like, homemade gifts are sick. It doesn't matter if it's a picture or if it's what, if you know you're young. But for adults and stuff, it's tailored gifts. And by tailored gifts, I mean understanding that, like, while we grow up, we really take on cues and we learn and understand our parents in ways that they probably don't realize. And so finding something specific to their interests and not as much something that you just think that they would like. So like I things that I've done in the past that have meant the absolute most to my dad, that he still talked about up until, like, he still will talk about now. I know he does not go anywhere without a thermos of coffee, so he would always drink coffee. So coffee mugs specifically, because with a coffee mug, and if you get a metal one, 9 times out of 10, they'll engrave their coffee mugs. So they have the date, who it was from, and all these things into it. So it adds that sentimental value to it. Now we're in an age, it's really popular to, or it's really common to be able to kind of bring back sentimental memories for them, from whether that be from childhood or whatnot. Finding stuff that, whether it's toys from them or things that they just experienced throughout. For me, it was NASCAR with my dad. So if I could just find specific little things that were from racers that were only in the 80s or only in the early 90s that he remembered watching.
Right.
It was more about bringing him back to a specific time period than it was, oh wow, that's just a toy, you know. So it's more the tailored gifts. It's yeah, Dad'll appreciate a wrench. Dad'll appreciate a drill. It'll be nice to have these things, but he can get those things himself. The things that you can't get, like, so what me and Faith are doing, our parents have everything that they need, and what they don't have, they get themselves because they're grown-ups. So what we're doing is, we went to Cabela's, and I was like, hey, let's each buy a bucket. So we bought a 5-gallon bucket, and filling it with, like, just some of our dad's favorite things. So, like, I bought my dad a beach shirt since we're going to the beach, filled it with a huge, like, 10-pound bag of peanuts, got it with his favorite candy. Chevy's his favorite thing, so I went and found a little tiny toy car that's, like, remote controlled, but it's Chevy, but it's only, like, finger sized. It, like, just little tailored things that lets them know, like, oh, wow, they paid attention.
Right.
You know? If that makes sense.
That makes a ton of sense. That's kind of how I like gifts now, and I'm not even a dad. Like, yeah, I'll appreciate the shit out of a gift if there was, like, some thought into it. It doesn't even have to cost a dime, but if it's, like, if it's something that, like, I know that somebody got me because they thought that I would like it, like, yeah, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's a really good feeling whenever you receive something like that, because it's always out of the blue, and it's also, like, it's just, there's real thought behind it. Like, you in that moment thought of me, and then it has led to this moment. It's really ironic you say that, because that just kind of just threw me back to yesterday a little bit. Me and Faith agreed no anniversary gifts this year, only because I'm paying. I designed her a tattoo, so she's getting a tattoo in August, and we have to go down to North Carolina for that.
Yeah.
So we were like, we'll just spend a day down there together and do stuff instead. But she got me one gift, and I collect Batman everything, starting with my silver, but now, you know, a bajillion toys, as you know, and Hot Wheels as well. She got me an entire set 1 through 8 of the 75th anniversary Hot Wheels that came out for the Batman cars, and it's just, she gave that to me yesterday, dude, and I was beyond sight. Like, I could get emotional now thinking about it, because who's gonna buy you cars as a nearly 30-year-old man? Who is gonna buy you a set of Hot Wheel cars?
Right.
And she took the time to go through all of the, like, 30 that I already have in boxes and make sure that none of these were any that I had, and that this and that. And it was just like, it was that extra thought put into it, to where, like, she could have got me anything.
Yeah.
She could have got me a shirt. She could have got me something, you know. But it was so much more meaningful being small and sentimental.
Yeah.
The value's just there. It's weird, but it's awesome. It was a great little moment.
Well, hell yeah, I think that pretty much hit the nail on the head, because I don't know how you can get, like, because you're right. There is no one set item that is, like, a definite, like, home run on a Father's Day gift. Like, it's most of the time it's just, like, something that required, you know, some thought. That's all it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what it is, getting gifts for a lot of, like, pretty much any man. You know what I mean? Especially because if you're, like, I know for me, it's like every once in a while I feel like, you know, I know, like, not that many people care what my interests are. Some of them are kind of fucking stupid. And then, like, it comes a birthday or Christmas or something, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like people
took notice.
Yeah, like, people actually listen, no matter how fucking dumb I thought this was.
Yep. That's what I've come to realize. That's why I'm so appreciative. That's why I'm so positive all the time, at least on this podcast. But it's also why I'm so appreciative of everything, because, like, man, I'm so fortunate to have such a caring group of people around me, whether I put them around me myself or they just were lucky enough to kind of be introduced to me and we hit it off. It's just a unique thing.
Yeah.
But I do want to add, now just thinking of it, and it's not possible for everybody, but another thing, and this goes it's important when your kids are small. I want to enjoy my day with Layla and Faith. But that's whatever. It's more important when your kids are adults and whenever you don't get to spend as much time with them. If you can make time to even see them for an hour, and I know that just from the messages that I've gotten from my dad over the years, it's just I think, and now having Layla, I understand it a little more, but I think it's like it's a recognition of like, okay, so this holiday's all about fathers, but what is being a father? A father is seeing like seeing your offspring and seeing what you've produced. And whenever you get them as adults, you really get to see the impact that your life made, because you think like I get stuck on the idea of like what our professions are and what's the worth of my job that I'm doing. And realistically, I go and I think, I'm like, man, even the people that make $1 bajillion that do all of this and like are a head of company, they really like, it means nothing if they have nothing behind it. And to see or to just have a different perspective on it, having your kids there with you on those days it's more of a like, it's like a beat to the chest. Like, it's like a, hell yeah, this is why I was here. This is a good little reminder of like why, though it may not have always been easy, why everything's kind of happened, and just an extra push to keep going too, because you see like, wow, man, I gotta be here for these guys still, and they gotta be here for me in the same sense. It's a cool dynamic. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, I agree with you. Well, that's a good little Father's Day drop there. So fucking yeah, people.
Hell yeah.
If you're watching this on a Friday and you haven't got your presents yet, if you're gonna get one, it doesn't have to be extravagant. Just put some thought into it. You can get it together in 2 days.
Very much so. Especially now.
Most people do. Most people do get it together in 2 days.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that will. I know a lot of people that'll probably be
I will. I 100% will. I'm guilty, but
I appreciate your honesty on that though, man.
Yeah, no, my dad's easy to shop for. Get him a NASCAR collectible or something, or a hat of any sort. The motherfucker wears hats like I do. You get him a hat of any sort. Yeah. Coffee mug, like you said. My dad drinks the shit out of some coffee. Yeah, he holds on to shit. So, yeah, if you haven't got your presents yet, you got time.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, 100%.
I think this is the moment we've all been waiting for. We've talked about it for a few weeks, and it's not even the best moment of it yet. This will span 3 weeks. I think this will be a good little point to close her up here, because it's going to take just a smidge of time. We have a little award show we're doing in 2 weeks. Today, we're telling you the categories. Next week, you will get the nominees for each category. The week after that, you will get your runner-ups, your winners, and everybody's going to take home imaginary trophies because we are too cheap to give them real ones. And it's funny because most of the trophies are just going to go to us. This is our show, and we're doing awards for our show. But yeah, dude. We have nominees in mind. We're going to try to not dive into them today, but we have nominees in mind. We're going to get our list shaved down by our next recording session, and you will get to hear who is in the running for these awards.
Yep.
So I'm going to start at the top of the list here. I'm going to go a little bit out of order because I'm going to actually edit my list right now. I'm going to cut and paste one section to make sure it is the last one, because it is the last one that I think I want to touch on. So,
okay.
All right. First, the I really shouldn't have done that award. I think that's a good one. And we got some good ideas for that one too. That one speaks for itself. That is going to be an award that somebody who fucked up is going to get.
Yep, in reference to whether it be something you said or something you did at an event or really anywhere. It's just when somebody messed up and
and
well,
and
it
that's
didn't highlight it.
That's going to be a trophy that's not going to go to. Well, never mind. It could. It could go to us. I forgot. Yeah, but that's one of our awards that I really shouldn't have done that award. Somebody who fucked up in the last 6 months is going to get that award. So these are all half-year awards, by the way. Going forward, we will do them every year, but I think a little 6-month celebration we are due for. Because we've done this 6 months nonstop. You know, no matter what bumps in the road have happened, we've pushed through. This is probably going to be my favorite one. One of my favorite. I like all of them, but one of my favorite ones is the Backroad Character of the Year. That could be anybody or anything that we've talked about. Probably something like it's more likely to be a nominee if we have talked about it more than once. Mm-hmm. I think anybody that is listening to this can probably at least think of some ideas, like the ride or die people that have listened to all of them. God bless you, however many you are. Yeah, but the Backroad Character of the Year, I'm sure you got your ideas. Our next segment, shit. Sorry, I'm skipping shit and mixing up words. Our next award will be Review of the Year. That one's going to us. That one's going to one of us. But we regularly do reviews on things.
I'm sorry to interrupt. In my mind, we were actually giving the roadie to the company of the product.
That we could do that.
But no, I want to be selfish. We get it.
We get it. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, we reviewed it. Fuck you.
Yeah, we tried it. We spent our money on it.
That's right. This one's a good one. This one's going to be a tough one to decide on. Segment of the year. And by segment of the year, it's mostly actually our entire list that I have here without rounding off the list. We'll save that for next week. It's all segments that we've done more than once. It's not been a thing that we've just popped in there, dropped and never done again. I guess it could be recurring segment of the half year. My bad. I have these written down as of the year, but yeah, all of these are of the half year. Yeah, so segment of the half year, recurring segment of the half year. I'm sure you have some ideas on that. This is also going to be a tough one. Episode of the half year. There'll be 26 by the time we do it. So, out of the first 25, which one was our favorite? It's another award that's going to us. We're getting first, second, and third place in that motherfucker.
Well, that's good. One of us is taking something home. That's good.
And this one, we touched on this one earlier. I called this the Backroad versus Everybody Award. And this is who is going to be our biggest enemy this year. And holy shit, that list is long. We've got... That might be our longest list without... we're going to have to shave a couple down, of course, because...
yeah, I got to choose our top four.
Yeah. We... I texted Justin some guidelines today. I said I think when it comes to nominees, it's got to be a minimum of 3, a max of 5. So I have more than 5 on this list, and I could also think of a couple more. This one, the Welcome to Spotify, I'm going to throw in unofficial, because we're not sponsored by Spotify. Welcome to Spotify Soundbite of the Year Award. That's mostly going to be probably just our favorite clips. It doesn't even have to be our favorite clips, but it's probably going to be clips. Just our favorite little bit of things that we said. Something that you could, if it's not a clip already, you could clip it. It could be funny. It could do decently well. This one's going to be my favorite because I feel like a lot of these are my favorite. This one's good. Apparel of the Year Award.
I like that. I like that a lot.
We mix it up a lot. We tend to. I think we already got a winner. We mix it up a lot. We try to. I'm wearing my old Nike hat that I haven't worn in a million years, but yeah. Apparel of the Year is a good one. I think that one's going to be a tight race. We got a lot of shit here. It's going to be a tight race for second. I think first is going to take it by storm.
Yeah. First should take it just because. What's funny is I completely forgot about that, even though that was one of the most recent wears.
Very recent, yeah.
But it's only because for me, if nobody's picked up on it, you will not find a podcast where I'm wearing the same thing in terms of hat. I have not worn the same hat once on this podcast. Also, I have not, and in the 2 podcasts that I have worn no hat, I had long hair and then short hair. I made sure that I have not looked the same no matter what.
That's right.
So I completely forgot about the possible number 1 because I was thinking hat wise.
Yeah, and I usually mix up the shirts. I have if I ever scramble home and have to jump on the computer immediately, sometimes I will be wearing repeat shirts. But most of the time, I just have a wide variety of wrestling shirts that I've worn. I don't have nearly as many as we've done episodes, so I definitely don't have a unique one for everyone. But I'm wearing one right now, actually. This is probably the first and only time I'm ever going to wear this thing because it looks like shit and it's got a bunch of people's faces on it. But it's like an I Was There shirt. It's the 5th anniversary AEW shirt. It's got a date on it of the day that I went. I actually think it says I was there on the back of it. I'm not sure. I'd have to check that. But yeah, we've got quite a conversation to have about Apparel of the Year, for sure. And then, this is good, Assistant of the Year. That is a list of people. A lot of these are jokes, right? Like, a lot of these are jokes. They're funny. This one is our actual, like, real, legitimate, like, thank you.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a real, legitimate thank you to...
Everybody,
but
that had an influence.
Yeah, the people that we literally could not have done this without. In some aspect, in some capacity, to some degree. Like, we could have easily done this without anybody else, but it is funny because I know you've seen the nominees, so it's funny that I say we could have done this by ourselves, but. Yeah, it realistically, with the way that life has been this year, without some folks on this list, it wouldn't have been every week. There would have been quite a big break, real early on. There would have been a pretty substantial break in the action, which kind of would have fucked some things up. So, but yeah, that's a very serious award. And then the one I have here is serious to me. We will induct a Hall of Famer. We will induct our first Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame,
and that could be a lot of people. Could be a lot of people for different reasons.
What's the context of that? Is that actual people? Is that characters? Is that show mention? Like, what is this
that?
Exactly?
Is kind of a broad umbrella, and I think it could be anybody. It could be a character. It could be a real person that we've had a real easy time laughing at and making fun of, somebody that we've mentioned. Maybe somebody that has showed up, which I guess that gives away one of the nominees. The only person that's ever showed up is your fucking cat. But yeah, that also includes characters. The character of the year and our first Hall of Famer could end up being the same thing. Nice. But it doesn't necessarily have to, because we also have...
I don't think it will be.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it will be either. Looking at these, I don't think it will be. But yeah, we will induct a Hall of Famer. And then you threw me a couple as well that I want to throw in here, because I do want to do them. I got to scroll back and find them. The Fan of the Year.
Yeah.
Fan of the Year. You know who that is, and I think, I know who this is too. This is the one we've already decided on, and they deserve it. For riding this nonsense train out for 6 months, and I appreciate it.
Yes, very much so. Much love. Oh my gosh.
Our best intro/outro line. I liked that one that you threw in there. And our best commercial, one I didn't even think of. The best commercial is a damn good one. That one didn't even cross my brain, but
I didn't want to self-saturate it, because that's something that kind of just I've done so far, and I've only did 7 of them.
Yeah.
But I feel like we could. It'll at least fill time and be a funny recap, and also lead people to those videos because we can actually tag those links into it so they can either watch those specific podcasts that they were debuted in or whatnot.
Yeah.
Give us more talking points.
Yeah, and even then, I think when we do run through nominees, I don't think we're gonna run through the nominees of the fan of the year because that has been decided. We're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that for award show week.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is now knowing our schedule and award show being actually 2+ weeks out, and I have time to get it in.
Yeah.
I will buy 3 trophies. I will have 3 trophies. We will each have one, me and you, as a memento. And then that person's actually gonna get one just because they deserve it.
Yeah.
And I think it would be really funny if we actually delivered one to a nominee that won.
God, that would be hilarious.
Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna be all dressed up in the same thing that I wear, and I'm gonna get, somebody that I know that also knows this person, to record me being like, on behalf of the Backroad Banter Podcast and the Backroad Banter production team, we are very honored to present you with the award for Fan of the Year. Or semi-annual fan. I don't know, something like that.
Fan of the half year, fan of the 6 months.
We got to make it stupid almost, just because that's our route. We're stupid.
Yeah, this thing doesn't operate without stupid. If this is stupid, it's boring. And
if it's not stupid.
If it's not stupid, it's boring. Sorry, if it's not stupid, it's boring. If it's not stupid, it's boring for us, and if it's boring for us, it dies.
This is for us, so we just needed to keep going.
Yeah, this is just for shits and giggles. This is a big pat on the back to ourselves for doing this long as we've done it, which is not very long, but let's be real going into it. I think it's longer than either of us thought it would be, especially consecutively. Making sure one's pumped out every week, come hell or high water. And I think we deserve to have a little fun with an award show for this type of thing here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done good. I'm really happy with where we've kind of grown, how we've grown with it as we've just continued it, because it's given me so much inspiration for so many other things, and I'm hopeful that in the future we're able to make those come to fruition.
Yeah. I'm hoping so too, because we've done a good job so far. We've there's been some things that have I don't want to say flopped, but have stuttered out of the gate. The Twitch channel being the main one, that one stuttered fucking crazy. Full disclosure, I am going to continue that. I'm not fucking playing Grand Theft Auto 3.
Good.
I don't think I am, dude.
Well, if you ever transition to sports, I just got 2K25 because they have that on PlayStation for free.
That's right.
So
I would gladly do some sports. I would.
Dude, you could literally stream it from you, and then we just have the PlayStation party chat and we play each other and stuff, or we team up and play stuff. You know what I mean?
That would be very easy to do. That would be a good one. Yeah, I definitely want to branch out. I'd like to do some fighting games. Not very many, good ones at the moment. There's the WWE wrestling game that I play. I think that one could be fun, but that one's also one of the ones that's like. I think the game's way too easy, and there's no way to make it more difficult without just making it more annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what a lot of fighting games are. You're like, wow, I'm whooping everybody's ass, and then you turn the difficulty up one little notch, and you're like, wow, I can't do anything.
For me, whenever I've watched streaming, so there's 2 purposes to watch streaming, and there's only 2 purposes. If the game is interesting, watching the wrestling games are not interesting to watch.
No. Not unless there's multiple people playing and they're doing fucking stupid shit.
Yeah. So the commentary has to be good.
Yes.
So as long as you can make your commentary good, I don't think it would matter if you played even an easy form of it,
Right.
Like if you could really put yourself into the mind or body of the wrestler that you are.
I 100% could. I could put myself at the commentary table. I could. Dude, I think that's my lost skill that I've never found.
I think that's where it's at, because I gotta tell you, there's nothing like I couldn't do wrestling because I don't know it that in depth. But like, my favorite thing to do is to fuck around on the golf course and to just be sitting in the cart and be like, all right, and Greg right here is. Well, there we are. We're 165 out on a par 3. He is not looking good off of his tee shot. The wind is down south, going about 12 miles an hour. We look right here, and there it is. He had topped the ball, and he is looking for a par shot from about 140. You know, like I will
for a par shot from about 140.
Like, there's nothing. So. Dude, that would be so funny. I would love it if you just did commentary for wrestling. You could make that hilarious.
Oh,
man.
I think I could. Yeah.
I think that's the route you need to go.
I think I could. I think I'll test my chops on the video game. I think I know I do because Jocelyn watches with me since we went to the shows. We do watch on the TV, and I definitely have some fucking stupid shit to say whenever I'm watching the show, especially if it's like an off day. Because it'll be Monday night, and I'll turn on Netflix, and I'll start drinking beer, and I'll have something to say about everything.
That's how it needs to go, dude.
I have something ridiculous to say about everything. But yeah, and then there's also story mode games I'm really big on. I would be really big on doing on Twitch, because those, for one, you can still make the commentary hilarious. But, as long as you shut the hell up when the characters are talking about important shit, you can still...
Yeah,
you can still make it funny. You can still do it well, especially if it's the right game. But there's a lot of opportunity for that. I think that we could explore. That one, the main obstacle. I said it. I think last week, if not the week before. The main obstacle with that one is just my schedule. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like every other Friday, I'm working till 7:30. I get home at 8. I'm eating dinner, shower, and going to bed because I got to be back the next morning. So,
well, that would actually be, if you were to look at it, that wouldn't be bad to do it. Just aim a goal of twice a month on Fridays to start. Or, if Fridays are, because Fridays would be the best day for live stream viewing, comparative to repetitive views, or uploaded views. Do every Friday, and then if like, okay, I can work out this time every other day. Plan it for that, just because then you get your reps in, and eventually you could just do it. But,
which
I like it. I definitely let me know when you do it. I guess that's my biggest thing, because I want to be able to watch. I liked watching the Grand Theft Auto for the little bit, and as it gets to sports that are also more relevant and just fun to watch and listen to, it'll be even better.
Yeah, I'll probably screw around on it a little bit Friday. I'm off work Friday, which that is when I'm coming to town.
Good.
But Jocelyn's got stuff to do during the day, so I'm not coming to town until the afternoon. I'm off, so if you're busy, if you're bored in the middle of your workday, I will probably be on there. And if I am, I'll of course share the link. I guess if I am, people will find out as they're listening to this. They're what?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'll try to pump this out right around noon. I'll try to upload this early. I'll upload this at noon on Friday, so that they can.
Yeah, any time that I go on, I'll put the link on our social. You know what I mean? So like, I'm never gonna go on without telling anybody, especially because we've only done it once so far for about 45 minutes, so we have 0 followers. So it's not like anybody's gonna get notified through Twitch when we're on. So I'll let people know when they're on. It'll be me playing something stupid, saying dumb shit. So that's what it's always going to be, no matter what I play. It'll be me playing something stupid, saying dumb shit.
That's the proper use of video games.
But yeah, man, that's our little award rundown. We will give you the nominees, and I guess we gotta crank out shaving down some nominees. I guess we'll do that whenever I get in Friday before we record, and then we'll. And then
we'll go from there.
Yeah, we're gonna, for the first time ever, we're gonna pump out our second show over about 48 hours from now. So
yep.
Good thing we're gonna record our show right after this one comes out.
I'm plenty of bullshit to look forward to.
Yes,
and plenty of I'm excited for. Honestly, just to get the second in-person one. It's gonna be fun to work these out. The more and more we do, the more comfortable. Or the more we'll learn that we need to improve. Like, dude, I feel like by the time we do like our 10th in-person one, which I know will be like a year and a half plus in. But by the time we do that, like, I feel like we'll be able to have like a setup done right, the camera's done right. We'll know everything to it, and we'll definitely be paying for it to where we'll have high quality shit. So like, I'm just so excited to see where it's gonna go.
It'll be
good.
It's growing. Yeah, it's just like the remote one. Like the remote one, you know, you got to work out the kinks. Except the advantage we had there is we got to work them out every week. You know, so this one we just got to work out the kinks over time. But it's fun. You know what I mean? Like even. I think the last one was probably fun to watch, but even if it's not fun to watch, like, we have a fucking blast doing it. Like, the in-person, it's like a little party. It's like every hangout that we've ever done in our lifetimes, but with a camera on us. Yeah, it's really what it is. Yeah, so it's a good time, and I'm looking forward to the next one. So,
yep, that'll be soon.
Yeah, if you're watching this one, thank you, and make sure you watch the next one because the next one's going to be pretty good. I think I have faith. Justin's wife is Faith, but I have faith that
I also have faith.
Yeah, I have faith that the next one is it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to do. It's going to be fun to watch. I think we're going to have a damn good time. And then 26 we're going to get some winners, and then we're going to give ourselves a lot of shit.
We'll have a lot of clips. That'll be the best thing. Yeah. We'll have a lot of clips to pull from, and that's my favorite. And just improvements all around, and then a lot of shit to showcase.
Yes,
that's the best thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time.
Well, heck yeah. Well,
yeah.
Yep. Looking over there, this right here, my table is flat, and my table is flat. Then that must mean that this is probably the episode, the end of episode 24.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't have any notes sitting on this flat table, so. My only closing thoughts would be, I'll see you on Friday, Wyatt.
Yeah, I agree.